My traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies, the dawn is breaking on the stage that holds our final destiny. And so my traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies, don't dream it, be it, because the show must go on. And on today's episode, do you read Sutter Kane? If not, I'm going to tell you all about it, because what we have on the board today looks, again, fairly positive. I never know until we start digging in. But I've got a bunch of pentacles, and we are finishing with a wand that feels like a response energy, perhaps, or perhaps an announcement almost. So I'm going to show you here. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. Someone investing in something for a long time, perhaps looking at yield, looking at some results of something that they've manifested. That can be anything at the moment. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. It can be the King of Pentacles, or just the penultimate sort of energy that is attached to the pentacle, to the coin, to the material manifestation. So we have someone who's like, either they're in an abundant state, like as they're investing maybe, and that's all subjective, it's relative, okay? I'm not talking about that like you have like tons of money. I'm just saying that you've got something here, either as you're working or you're coming to like, you're gonna have at least some sort of like harvest or like significant-ish yield from whatever it is that you're doing, because we also have the Eight of Pentacles here. Investing yourself, this is also yourself, your material embodiment, investing yourself long-term into some sort of work or activity, something like that. And it doesn't have to be something that's money-making. That could just be a creative process. It could be something that you've been studying if you're in school. I always get into, you know, like it could be you're mastering a yoga pose, or it could be that you're gaining weight or losing weight, building muscle, like doing something, a shift within the body, and depending on what you're working on, that's going to look different. That could also be a health status, like some sort of positive turn of events or positive result from something that you have been placing a consistent amount of effort into. And we are ending with this Page of Wands, and at the moment it's giving me just like success, like, you know, or like an announcement, if like you would be announcing a product or a service or something, but it's a positive thing. I'm not getting that as someone else bringing you news yet, but I don't know. It's possible that it is, and that will come out as we get into the details. But regardless, at the moment, just going by the general energy, it seems like a fairly positive message. And we're not in April yet. Oh, I need to do like the April. I need to do the April reads. Wait. Yeah, April. Don't even know what time it is. Y'all can't ask me anything about time. I'm not experiencing that linearly. Sorry. Absolutely feral goblin about time and the days of the week. I show up. I know my big things. Do I need to be in a physical location today? Yes. Is there a due date this week? Yes. Other than that, no, I don't. It's all just a blur. So what do we have here? Well, we have the Four of Pentacles and the Sun and the Four of Cups. I don't know, like, and the Ten of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Three of Cups, Knight of Cups. I don't know. This is either like you've been holding off sharing information or sharing something with your community or family, like maybe just due to like, it's not the right time yet. I want to have something in my hand before I share whatever this is. Or this is suggesting that like you might not want to share whatever this is like right away. Could be either or at the moment. Okay, so under our Seven of Pentacles, we have the Four of Swords. It was kind of like, it came upside down, and I don't know that it especially matters, but upside down, Four of Swords would suggest more activity. But this might be like, you could, like, I remember I was getting messages about like, you know, you need to incorporate more like downtime or take a break from what you're doing if you haven't, and that could be evidence that the collective in fact listened and like took a break or incorporated more downtime or rest periods like into their schedule because they had already built up a decent amount of momentum. Yeah, this is, that's it. Okay, so the energy, okay, this is great. Okay, so what we're getting is that in whatever way that you heard that message that I'm talking about, that you need to take a break, you need to go on vacation, something like that, or you at least need to schedule some time for yourself into your week or your day where you're not doing the thing, like whatever it is. I've got Knight of Wands, King of Wands, Chariot with that Four of Swords. That seems like what that is. It's like, I don't need to work myself like all the time, because all the Knight of Wands, King of Wands, Chariot, that's very, very active energy. It's very go, 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 go. So, and if you're doing that all the time, then you can't get to the Seven of Pentacles, because that's essentially like watering the plants like all day, every day. And it's like, nah, you got to stop. You only water them at a specific time, okay? So it's likely that you either did that in some kind of way, even if you didn't take that advice like from a reader or whatever. So now underneath this Queen of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands. So that's like potentially some sort of like, that's a force you are sending out, or it's a force that is returning to you. And like I say, like in love, if you can see that little wand right there, it's got a heart at the end of it. And there's a little cat. Hang in there, baby. And that could be like a certain amount of attention with the hang in there, baby, that I don't know that you're expecting. But I mean, it's seeming positive is what I'm saying. So underneath the Eight of Pentacles, we have the Star. So like it could be notoriety for your work. You're getting some recognition here. It's our recognition messages. It seems like public recognition, but also remember what I said, that could be a health status or something like that. If you know that you've been working towards a specific thing, like with your body, with your health, your mental health, that could be representative of like a significant increase in your quality of life, the experience of the quality of your life. So let's see what this Page of Wands is. We have two here. We have the Hierophant and the Eight of Pentacles again. Here's the thing, both of these had come in the reverse, and I don't know so much about the Eight of Pentacles, but what I got when I saw that Hierophant in reverse, let me hold these up because I don't know, like I know y'all know I'm not making this crap up, was like there's something unorthodox maybe about what you're doing with that Eight of Pentacles. Or that Hierophant, like I said, sometimes we get like there's a structure or a system that's going to be getting behind you. So if that's not a particular announcement that you are making or news that you are sharing, it could be that that's that like system or representative of a specific, like I say order, I mean like a corporate thing or something like that, something outside of yourself that would like boost what you're doing. That could be that like sort of contact from whatever that system is, getting into contact with you about your work. So let's go ahead, and I'm not gonna pull any more on that Seven of Pentacles, Four of Swords. I think like that's pretty, like we've got everything on that. So we've got this Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. Okay. Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Wands is the Queen of Cups, Queen of Chalices, the Chariot, and the Nine of Wands. Okay. Don't know if we're running ourselves ragged again. Oh, but this could be like, so sometimes with the cups and like the Queen of Cups or King of Cups, what I'm getting, like I sometimes get trophy or award with that. And if you look at this version of the Chariot, or any chariot really, this person looks like they're like on a pedestal or on a platform. And then we have this Nine of Wands. If that is in fact like attention or like a return energy based on your investment, even if that is very positive, you might be feeling very like ugh, like I don't like all the attention. I just like doing my work type of thing. Six of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. It's like it could be a public thing, at least in some way. So this Queen of Cups, Two of Wands, Death. It's like watching some sort of significant transformation, watching some sort of radical change. 5 of Cups. But it's like watching some sort of radical change that like makes you sad. Why? Star, like, this is kind of like suffering from success. I got that, I would put that picture in like the thumbnails like a long time ago. It was DJ Khaled, like that suffering from success thing. It is like a little, like it's coming across that way because the star is back. I don't know if you feel guilty. 6 of Swords, like this is like moving somewhere. Chariot with the 6 of Swords. I don't know if it's a physical location. It might just be a life transition. Ace of Cups, it's like you might end up having more mobility, or you might end up being able to do more things as a result of whatever attention that you're getting. And I don't know if you're just feeling guilty about that, like, well, why me when there are like so many others? And like, I know. 2 of Cups, 4 of Coins. There's the thing, so like there's something, 9 of Wands, 2 of Cups, 4 of Coins, that could be more like, I'm reading the 9 of Cups is like put upon, but I don't think that's wrong with that death, like 5 of Cups thing there. But that's also like, sometimes I'll get the 9 of Wands as like a firewall, like not everybody can see into this thing, like it's a boundary that I'm placing. And there is like with this 2 of Cups, 4 of Coins, there might be some other party who is getting in touch with you or something like that, that like you aren't going to be able to talk about. What is the deal with that? Whoa, who's that? The Knave of Swords, Justice. Whatever, because I'm not getting that quite as a person yet. I'm getting that as a system. If you partner with the particular system with this Justice, because Justice to me is just kind of mirroring that Hierophant at the moment. But with the Knave of Swords, that is communication, 7 of Pentacles, investment. I'm not getting that 2 of Cups as like you with another specific person. I'm getting that as you with whatever system that potentially that is investing in you. But I don't know, like, why you would have to keep it, like why would it might just be that like the 4 of Coins is more of like a grounding force, like it's helping you to be stable rather than like keeping it quiet. What is that 4 of Coins specifically? The Sun. I think it's more, it's less like it's not that you can't talk about that, but it's more of like whatever this thing is, this system, investors, a group, I don't know. It's grounding in this like sun energy, so it's a positive thing for you. But like I said, I get readings sometimes where y'all are in like conflicted energy about whatever this is, and I'm not quite sure why. I give it my best guess, that like just sometimes these things, like, all right, it does involve like a grieving process. So let's get this 8 of Pentacles, the Star. 8 of Pentacles, this is the King of Pentacles. The Emperor, oh no, that's the Empress, sorry. King of Pentacles, and so there's at least 2 people. And the Moon, okay, so wait, there's like, okay. Wait, let me go around on that again, because I was like, I know I'm getting like a secret thing on this. Secret, it might be because of like Queen of Swords. Like there's some sort of like King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, 3 of Pentacles. That's like what I'm saying. I'm not getting it as one person. It's like there's a group or a team or a company or a system. And I guess like the Empress is potentially y'all, because y'all are coming, that's coming right underneath the 8 of Pentacles and the Star. And there's our Hierophant again. Hierophant, 2 of Pentacles, Knight of Chalices. So like that Two of Pentacles, there's two, like the Hierophant is that system, whatever it is. But like I said, we've got two people here. It could potentially be two people in the real world that are talking to you with that Knight of Cups. And I've had readings like that before. They typically show up as like the King of Wands, King of Cups, or the Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups. It's two different people. The Moon. But I think it's either they both work for the same place, or one of them like knows another person that works for like this system or whatever. The Moon is like, there is something that you're not supposed to make public about this. The Moon, Six of Wands, like no public, like confused public. Why? The Hermit, it's just saying like, no, it's like something quiet, like no, don't talk. But it's not telling me why. It might be that I'm not supposed to know why. The Emperor, okay, it could be the person themselves. Eight of Swords, Three of Swords. That's like a, it might, oh, okay, so there might be someone, right? Depending on what this is, that it's not nefarious, like it's not like, oh, it's because this person has like an emerald mine in like Somalia and they don't, like, you don't want to know where they're getting their money from. Like that's not what this is. It's just that whoever this person is, or the like the main representative of like this company or whatever, it's like there's something about what you're doing that is public, okay? There are people who, while they will invest in stuff like that, if they believe in it, they do not ever want their own names and images public because it comes with a lot of additional issues. And there are some people that just flat out, it doesn't have anything to do with like people like trying to hide bad things. It just has to do with, I do not want to deal with like negotiating that sort of public platform. I would rather just invest in people who are already like doing that. And then I'm just back here. Like, I don't like being on camera, like that, like, I don't know, like they just might not like it. They just might not like it, but there's something about this Emperor with the Eight of Swords, Three of Wands, that's like very pulled back, it's very private. And so if you are doing something very public or that has a public aspect, this person could tell you like, hey, do not, like, don't mention my name. Like, don't, like you might be able to mention a company or something like that, but it's just like, do not, like, don't talk about me. Like, don't talk about me. Don't talk about me. Like, I know you know me, but do not talk about me. So you would have to sort that out, because I get like some people would be like, well, why? Like why? And like you would want to make sure that you weren't doing something that was kind of weird, but that's for like y'all to sort out when like that offer comes to you. So this is probably an offer, or it's like an offer announcement. So let's see. Page of Wands, Hierophant, Eight of Coins. Nine of Pentacles, the World, King of Cups, Temperance. That's like, usually I get that as the creative partner, but that's like a debut. Nine of Pentacles, the World, that's like a public debut, which is an announcement. And it's like this King of Cups, whoever they are, with the Temperance, like that's the person who's like behind the scenes. Okay, so now we are going to look at, a couple of things. I don't know that we need to get like super in depth on any of this. Not super duper in depth, but I do want to look at this Page of Wands, like how that, like investigate a little bit, if we are able, how this stuff is coming in. So, but first what I want to ask is, we've been getting this repeating message throughout the first quarter of 2024. Are we still on track for this timeline in general? It depends. Two of Coins. It depends. Temperance. That's with a Two Cups. Depends. Eight of Cups, and it's kind of, it's all like, what is that Eight of Cups? Because I was getting that as like, that's all, folks. It depends. It's like, thank you. This is still like, it depends. So it is kind of like, that's all, folks. Like, I've got the 4 of coins and the 6 of cups, which is just like, I can't tell you about that offer, like in the way that you've asked about it, because it depends. And it's like due to the amount of people watching, where they are in their own processes, and of course what you're doing. So like, I don't know. Let's see. For the collective that is on track with the timeline that I am speaking about within the first quarter, is there anything that they need to do to keep everything flowing well? Like to maintain the timeline and outcome if this is what they prefer. Okay. It's sort of like, have fun with what you're doing, have fun in general, and like, don't talk about your moves. Don't talk about your moves. 7 of Swords, 6 of Swords. Have fun, do what you do, be carefree, don't talk about your moves, specifically. Don't make that public. So for those who would like this outcome, who would prefer this outcome, who are not on that timeline, who like this is like something that would be happening further out, what can they do now to receive the outcome that we're talking about? Oh. Okay. Okay, for those of you to where this is like something that's further out and you're not going to be receiving anything like in the first quarter, okay, period, it's because you're currently like, there is some, here's the Tower, all right, now I'm going to say this in 2 different ways. I've got the 7 of Wands in the Tower. What this means is there is something about like the amount that you're taking on, your workflow or your responsibilities in general, that either you yourself need to make major changes to, that you have not made those changes yet, in order to get into this Queen of Wands position where it's like you're kind of doing the most for yourself. This is other things. So if you know that you in fact have very little time for yourself currently, or you're like really burning the candle at both ends, this is something that is farther out for you. Because it's like you need to get yourself into this position. Now, the more negative aspect of this is that due to the amount that you are taking on, due to the workload or task, like this is overwork to me. Due to that, if you do not make this Tower happen, like that's just a major change to a system, like something that you've built yourself. If you do not make that change, it is likely that you will experience a Tower moment that causes the change that you have not made. However, even though that will be likely very stressful to go through, whether you're making the change yourself or the change is being made for you, ultimately, by the end of that Tower moment, you are going to be in the Queen of Wands position, and then you're working from there. So how would the collective know if they're in this more 7 of Wands position? And I'm feeling like y'all would know based on what I've already said, because usually the stuff that's coming out in reads is something that's been in the back of your mind already. Because you're running yourself ragged. 5 of Coins, if you know that you're running yourself ragged, that's right. That's why the Tower has to happen, because whatever this is, there's like something unhealthy about it. You are frankly doing, there needs to be a more, like if that's like a work situation, it's something about like they're not hiring people to help you and you are frankly doing too much. And like I said, either way, it's looking like in the energy, you will either work it out, or if you are flat out not in control of this, it will be worked out for you and you're going to end up in the Queen of Wands position. It's just that like, It's how is it going to happen, right? So is the collective who resonates with this aspect of the message, are they in control of any of this? I don't know that you are. Five of Wands. And this is especially if you're like if you're a married single parent or in like a situation like that, where you are working, you are taking on the bulk of the raising the kids and the taking care of everybody and you have something on the side and everything else, and you have a fully grown adult partner who is just like, maybe they go to work and then they just come home and do nothing. Like that, like it's giving that or something like that. Can we have one more on this Five of Wands, please? That's also why that Tower might need to happen, because that's an energetic imbalance. And that's why that Five of Wands, Five of Pentacles is happening. It's because there's something that's like, it's unfair to you, is what I'm saying. Two of Swords, there's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do, all right? But look, it's going to be taken care of for you with whatever that Tower is. Can we have, because I know nobody wants to hear that, but like, it's just sort of like, it's untenable. Like, you can't do this by yourself. So what is this Tower? The King of Swords, somebody might come in and advocate for you, or your partner is going to step up if you were resonating with that married single parent thing. That also could be a lawyer of some sort, but it's some sort of advocate, like King of Swords. Ace of Wands, yeah, somebody's gonna come in and do something. It's not you, but somebody on the outside of you is gonna come in and shake some shit up, and like by the time that's done, like you will be in that Queen of Wands energy. Like, it's ultimately going to be a good thing. Knight of Swords, it's like you are going to be more in command of your life, okay? So that's why. So these things are all like orchestrated usually for the best. I just know that people would prefer to be on like the closer timelines than the farther timelines. So that's why it depends. But so the situation, so for either one, right? But either way, it's going to end up like, you're going to get a positive outcome. So for the entire collective who will be receiving this manifestation, what is it about their work that is bringing in this offer, this positive offer? If that is what that is, please correct me in the cards if I am wrong. Oh, there's something that you do really well, because we're ending with this like magician thing. Or you've got finesse, like there's a flair or like a drama to what you do. The Magician, well, it's something you've done a long time with this Knight of Pentacles. Page of Cups, and it's like sweet. There's something sweet, like maybe wholesome about it. I was just getting like a cozy video game, so some of y'all might be like video game developers or like app developers or something, and you might be like, you've been making something that's like very cute or very sweet. It's also magician, like coding and stuff like that is very magician, because you're making something technically out of nothing, like on our little screens here. It's also like a little bit RPG-esque, like going on quests and things like that. That's cute. But I mean, it's just an example. I'm just saying there's something like that you've been doing long-term. That Page of Cups could also be creative. There's something that you've been doing long-term that is creative that you do very well. That's why it's attracted attention. That's also, there's something that you've been doing long-term that's like cute and creative, or like wholesome, or it's based in some sort of communication with others. Page of Cups is sometimes phone or social media based for me. And again, you do, like you do it really well. Like, I don't know, you got a thing. You got talent, kid. Okay. How will this offer be coming in for the collective? How will they be notified? How will they know? Well, how will they be notified? Because that'll be my last question before we move. Not this, I've got one more before we move into our closing messages. All right, how will you be contacted? Queen of Cups. that's a person, or it's like, again, like the phone thing. Queen of Cups could be on a phone, or it's after you've had some sort of success, like if we're going with the trophy thing. I don't know, let's see. Queen of Swords, that's some sort of, to me, it's looking like someone doing like phone-based communication. I am talking on my phone. Queen of Swords. Ten of Wands, that could be text messages. It's like energetic communication. Let me get another one on that Ten of Wands. Or it could be like long phone conversations, or like, because there's phone conversations that could be like a Zoom call, or like going on somebody's live, I don't know. Ace of Cups, I'm telling you, that's the phone. These are long phone conversations, like FaceTimes, or just regular on the phone, or it's some sort of text-based messaging or emailing through your phone. That's what it is. Now, the last question. What would be the signs or synchronicities that the collective is close to this outcome? Okay, well, things would just kind of fall together with this stuff just kind of falling out. All right, signs and synchronicities. The Empress. Well, like I said, like you got to get into this, like it doesn't, like, don't worry about the gender. The ultimate thing, right? The Queen of Wands is like very, I mean, all the queens are related to the Empress. But there is something about taking care of yourself really well, having most of your own attention on yourself, in the healthiest way possible, because I know that's very, very different from people who are like single to the people who are taking care of kids. So there is obviously a way, because the Empress is our mom card or our dad card, if it is the Emperor, our parent card, if you are non-gendered, or fluctuate quite a lot within your presentation and I don't know if it's gender energy, gender feeling, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's the parent card. It's the I take care of things in a very nurturing way card. So that is going to look different for a single person, for a childless person, or someone who does not caregive for others, than for someone who does. But y'all are still very much embodying that same energy. The signs would also be, you're not doing much, maybe. Hanged Man, you're like, you're not as hung up on stuff. Like, that's also not caring. That's more the effortless manifestation thing. That's very receiving, right? If we're gonna get all like masculine and feminine. I'm in my feminine receiving energy. I'm not in my masculine doing. I just sit here and I attract, right? Like it's something like that, potentially. But like I said, a lot of the collective is in that because you've done enough yang, right? You've done enough action to build up the momentum where you can sit back and receive. That's who that's for. So it's not, like I want to make that very clear. It's not that like people are always, because like, let's say it's a man, right? A man needs to sit in that, like for the same reasons that a woman would, like trying to force something to happen all the time, like jacks up manifestation. It's not gendered. It's just like we have a weird gender coded binary way of talking about it. That'll probably dissolve as we keep going, but I'm just saying like that's not specific to women or men, unless you were in a very, very like traditional situation with another person. Then I could see more of that, right? Like, oh, I receive and the man is providing or whatever. But that's not what I see here. This is like entrepreneurial, or like I am personally trying to accomplish something energy. And so you need to be able to embody both. If you only know how to receive, or if you only know how to give, that's a problem. 10 of Cups, like this is like effortless manifestation. This is, you're in a place where you're taking care of yourself. You like what you do. You're going to keep doing it. It's providing you fulfillment, but you don't necessarily care about any of this. Like it may be fun for you to entertain, but it's like your life does not hinge on whether or not senpai is noticing you. So that's more of the energy. And if you, like seriously, if you feel like you are very far away from that at the moment, if you feel like, oh no, I care very much about, like, And when I'm saying caring, it's not that you wouldn't be caring in this situation, it's that it's a difference in attachment to the outcome. To be in this situation, you need to have I'm saying heart-based because it's a feeling thing, even though perception tends to go along with it. You need to detach yourself from the result or the outcome. The reason why people tend to get very, very attached to results or outcome is either A, they're in very dire situations and they are flat out desperate for money or whatever. So it's a life or death situation. Most people aren't in that situation. Most people in general, if they are not in that life or death situation, are in a position where somehow their self-worth is wrapped up in the result. It means so much because I am not okay without this thing. Without this thing, I'm actually less of a person. And so that's the separation that needs to happen. Some people can do that on their own. For some people, that is going to be very deeply tied to like childhood trauma and all of that stuff and like mental health things and like repetitive societal messaging. So I just don't want to block you. Like you can release it on your own, but if like you're trying long term and these feelings are persisting and you know you have other stuff going on, especially if you are within a marginalized community and at the intersections of a lot of marginalizations, you're getting way more external messaging that is trying to like make you feel like shit. And so it's like the expectation that you could just do all of that on your own, I don't know that that's super realistic, which is why people tend to stress supportive community. So I would say if you know, right, that like the trauma and then if it's much bigger than just like releasing some things on your own, you're gonna wanna look at investing in something much more structured. Okay, and also, if you feel yourself is very far from the place that I've described, that's okay. That's okay. Like there's no, they're just seriously, and I know that's so pissy to hear because I would have been annoyed by it when I was really far away from this feeling. It just, you can't force it. You will get there if you have the intention to continue on in your wholeness process, becoming more whole within yourself. You will get there. It takes as long as it takes. The thing is, it doesn't have to take like a super long time. But if you notice things not like working themselves out right away, that's also normal. So before we get into final advice outcome, closing with the Son and the Father, if you have benefited from the channel in any sort of way, received positive outcome, support, alignment, just been entertained, etc., and you can give back in any small way financially. I have a link down below for House of TULIP. House of TULIP is a local nonprofit created and run by trans and gender nonconforming people of color. And House of TULIP's mission is to support houseless, trans and gender nonconforming youth in the city, getting them homes, toiletries, clothing, job opportunities, all that good stuff so they can move from a space of surviving to thriving within a supportive, loving community and living their personal authenticity. So let's go ahead and get final advice outcome. Aww. Final advice outcome, the world. You are coming together with yourself. You are coming together with external parties. It's going to be a very, very grounded, fruitful situation for you with this Four of Pentacles as you are facing the world, taking the world stage in some sort of way. That's also, if we're talking about someone who's maybe like a little bit further back with like more of that, like, oh, you're making like a debut of some sort. You will be reaching that state that I'm talking about, that more Queen of Wands, Empress state to create that other thing. You're going to be creating that and it will be closing out, like you're going to finalize it, is what I'm saying. So let's go ahead and get Jesus on it. Okay, Jesus says, don't let your hearts be troubled. Don't worry about any of this. Trust in God and also in me. Don't worry. Release your worry if you are able. All the people with anxiety disorders just went, bitch. It's Jesus who said it, not me, all right? Jesus also says, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. So that's also follow yourself. Follow your own higher self, wise mind, your personal authenticity. The thing within you that makes you you, that also connects you to all of the other yous, me's, all that great stuff. That is your inner light and also your inner darkness. Follow that thing. Follow the yellow brick road. Jesus also says, my Father's will is that everyone who looks to the Son and believes in him shall have eternal life. Look to the sun, look to the light that is inside of you. Okay, so it's just, yes, trust the greater forces, but trust yourself. Trust that that is inside you, and trust that it is going to emerge and lead you right where you need to be. All right, so as always, we close with the highest authority. That highest authority, of course, being Bob, our Father who art in heaven. We close with the word of Bob. That is good all the time. All right, Bob says, isn't that fantastic? I knew you could do it. You've got this. No matter where you are on the timeline, you've got this. You can do it. Bob believes in you. Bob also says, we don't make mistakes. We just have happy accidents. And all of it contributes to the greatest show on earth, as long as it's a real thing. Was the mistake authentic? Then it wasn't a mistake. It was a happy accident. And still, the greatest show on earth. Bob finally says, I think each of us at some time in our life has wanted to paint a picture. And so if you are in a way where you're listening to this, where you haven't even started yet, if this is a sort of creative process for you and you've been holding yourself back, but you want to paint, you want to create something, you want to start something, you want to speak about something that you haven't because well, I'm not going to do it well. Well, nobody does it well to start with. Absolutely no one, except the rare genius out there, of which it's a tiny fraction of a whatever, okay? And even they have a process. No one just starts, and they're at their peak or whatever. But if it is in you and it is calling to you and you think you would be having fun, have the fun, because that's the most important part of creating day to day. So, my traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies, this is reality. And I am your GM, your game master for this, the game of life. I am also, of course, the greatest magician of the age and perhaps the greatest magician of all time. And together, you and I will perform the greatest magic trick of all time. We will reverse the polarities of the world, make America great for once, fly this boat to the moon somehow, shift our world onto the mega happy timeline, perhaps leaving it a much better place than it ever has been before. Because we are my traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies, crawling on the planet's face. Some insects called the human race, lost in time and lost in space. End meaning.